Rebecca the Dietitian here with Healthy Travel Tips video number 4, Cruise Edition. Today we are going to talk about how in the world do you navigate cruising and stay healthy. Healthy cruise tip number 1 is to avoid the elevator. Most cruise ships today are quite large, and if you commit to avoid the elevator, if it's possible for you to use the stairs, you'd be amazed how much fitness you can fit in just by going up and down the stairs to the different activities that you're going to do to get your food. And it may dissuade you from even getting extra snacks and things if you have to go up 4 flights of stairs to go get them. But try to avoid the elevator, and it's kind of fun. Often there's long lines for the elevators and you can just cruise up and down the stairs and get there before everyone else. Healthy cruise tip number 2 is remember that although cruise food is fabulous, I am going to throw it out there that buffet food and even beautiful dining room food that's served to a lot of people in bulk is not going to be the best of the best food version of that food that you've ever had. Say they have Eggs Benedict sitting out in the buffet line, and it's fabulous. I'm sure they've figured out a way to make that sit there hot and to be its best version of buffet Eggs Benedict that's possible. But it's not going to be Eggs Benedict like the best Eggs Benedict you've ever had at a restaurant. It's just not possible for food to sit out in those hot plates at a buffet and have them be the very, very best version that you've ever had in your life. So keep a perspective that maybe this food is fabulous and there's a lot of it and we get really excited, but it may not be the most delicious version of that. It may not be as worth it as some other versions of that might be available at different destinations that you're going to stop at, or just restaurants that you're going to go to this year. So keep your perspective that we can indulge when it's worth it, but really be keen on when it's really worth it. Is this the best version of whatever food this is that I've ever had? Remember, you're not a human trash can, so if you take food on a cruise, it's free. And you know, we don't like to waste food, but it's as much as you can eat. They're not gonna really mind if you take something and don't finish it because it's not that delicious. Don't eat the food if you get it and it's not everything you had hoped it would be. And that leads us right into tip number 3, which is when you go to the buffet, walk the whole thing, walk the whole room and see what's available. See everything that's available. Don't just go in and start piling things onto your plate. Map out what's there and then figure out what might be worth it to you. And I would suggest that, if possible, make your first plate a really healthy group of options that look good to you. And that way you're filling yourself up with healthy options, and then when you go back to look at the more indulgent things that you found, you're not starving, you're going to be able to make more rational decisions. Also, keep in mind, most of the food on the buffet stays similar every day of the trip. Like the breakfast buffet doesn't change that much every day. So don't panic if you don't eat all of the things, all of the options on the first day. The omelet lady is going to be there every day. The waffle maker is going to be there every day. So if you don't eat all the food first day, it's okay because it'll be there. And if you do eat all the food the first day and you feel super sick, then you don't need to do it again, because you'll see it again and again, and it's going to get a little monotonous, and it won't be as exciting, hopefully, by the 5th day as it was the first day. And the final healthy cruise tip is to ask for what you want. If there's some healthy food that you love, ask for it to show up. Your dining room wait staff is there to make you happy. And I remember one time on a cruise I was disappointed that the fruit was just kind of the same old boring fruit that we have at home. It was like apples and bananas and oranges. And I was in the tropics in the Caribbean, and I really was disappointed that there weren't mangoes and papayas and pineapple and more exotic fruits. So I mentioned that to the dining staff, and every time I went in there, they showed up with a beautiful bounty of amazing exotic local Caribbean fruits. And my whole table got to enjoy it with me, and it was super fun and exciting to explore all of the local fruits. And it was free, and it was just because I requested some interesting fruit. So don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Ask for any healthy option. Ask for things to be prepared the way that you like, maybe with less sauce or sauce on the side. They're there for you. They're there to make you have a fabulous trip. Oh, and bonus tip is room service. Room service is a free indulgence on a cruise, and it's super fun, and it's a little bit easier to order what you want to show up to your room and stay healthy than when you're tempted by all of the things at the buffet. So maybe it'll feel like a lovely indulgence to have the food just delivered to your room for breakfast and lunch, and you can order the breakfast of your dreams, and they will make it happen, and it will just be delivered to your door for free. How does that sound? So a little lovely indulgence of healthy food being delivered right to you with no risk of temptation from wandering the rest of the buffet while you're starving, and maybe make some poor choices. And maybe you could keep some of the fruit in your room so that you don't get starving, so that you have some healthy snacks available all the time that you can just have when you hit your room to change clothes, and then you won't be tempted by all of the things because you're starving all the time. So I hope that helps you have amazing cruises. Do you like cruises? Let me know how you stay healthy on a cruise. I would love to add your tips to my repertoire because I love cruising, and we're all in this together. Give me a thumbs up if this helped you. Send it to someone you know that loves cruising, and I will see you next week.